On Explorations this time, why man can't talk with the animals. This is Explorations, the story of man's extraordinary ability to communicate. As language evolved, so did man's social structure. Because he could communicate, man could cooperate. People converged into different groups, united by common languages. By communicating with each other, they were able to take control of their environment. Stories and experiences were passed from generation to generation. Wisdom was shared across time and space. Truths hard won could be preserved forever. As man's collective knowledge grew, so did his control over the earth. The more we understood the power communication gave to us, the more we sought out new, more efficient ways to communicate. The desire to dominate soon replaced our compulsion just to survive. In the case of mankind, the fittest are those who communicate the best. It is language that enables us to have dominion over our world. After Morse, the next great leap in communication came with Guglielmo Marconi.
Marconi was the person who really developed one of the key technologies of the 20th century and enabled us to do things that without radio we couldn't do, such as venture to the moon.
Marconi wanted to free man from the constraints of the telegraph's cables. In 1901, he attempted the unthinkable, a wireless transmission between England and North America. The skeptics predicted that the radio waves would fly off into space because of the curvature of the Earth.
It was shortly after midday, on December the 12th, 1901, that I placed a single earphone to my ear and started listening. I was at last on the point of putting the correctness of all my beliefs to test.
Instead of escaping the Earth, the radio waves bounced back from the ionosphere and leapt across the ocean. Radio suddenly thrust man into a brave new world of communication. Radio broadcasts meant that a single voice could be heard in every home. Before this, the only mass audiences were in sport or theatre. Communal experience hadn't changed much since ancient Greece. Now, an audience of millions could listen to the same voice at the same time. And for this audience, hearing was believing. They believed Orson Welles when he broadcast his dramatization of H.G. Wells' novel, War of the Worlds. They believed that aliens were actually invading America because they heard it on the radio. People once traveled vast distances to listen to the words of wise men. Now, they simply had to turn on a box in the corner of the living room. But radio soon became the Pandora's box of communication.
Switches are thrown. The producer is waiting at his microphone to speak his last word to the artist.
Man could communicate far. He could communicate fast. Now he could communicate to millions in an instant.
The station goes on the air.
News could be instantly delivered to entire nations, synchronized by radio. Whole populations could listen to the same thing at the same time. Radio transformed politics, culture, and society. It became an invaluable tool enabling people to see into the lives of others in places far away. Words gave man control over his world and over others. But there is also much important communication achieved without them.